Mary Sue, who the fuck are you? What's happening, YouTube? My name is Mortal Coil, and today we're going to be talking about an article that has been batted around by my peers, focusing on mainly one dimension of this, but there's another like really significant point that I saw that was just like infuriating to me, like the fuse on a stick of dynamite leading to my head about to explode. So we're gonna look at that. The Mary Sue, on December the 28th, 2018, came out with an article entitled, "Please, Star Wars, let Poe Dameron or any hero be gay," by Kate Gardner. Okay. Now I'm gonna end the video by kind of summarizing this point, but let's run through this. I don't know, Kate. I thought Jar Jar was pretty fucking gay. General Hux was pretty gay. Yeah. Admiral Holdo, I really suspect, was gay. Did you see those longing looks she took at General Leia Skywalker? And then we have Pando Lando and his the object of his affections, L337. And that's something that Jonathan Kasdan, who's currently burning in internet hell for some other stuff we won't get into in this video, has admitted was a thing. Okay? Fine. The opening salvo, the first paragraph, and this is the part that pissed me off, okay, goes thusly. "Today is the last Friday of the year, and also the last day that Twitter is featuring hashtag Star Wars Rep Matters, a Twitter campaign designed to talk about representation in all forms in the Star Wars universe. This runs the gamut from racial and ethnic representation to sexuality to disabled rep." Okay. That's where I'm going to stop. Disabled rep. Now, this is a doctrine that says that disabled people want to be able to watch Star Wars and connect with characters that are disabled because they're disabled. Hey, that's me up there. Alright, Kate, let me explain something to you. Star Wars, since its inception, is replete with disabled characters. Okay? Now I know everyone's going to want to talk about the gay shit. That's fine. Have at it. But really, disabled representation? I'm going to run through a couple of characters. Let's see if you recognize them. How about Grandmaster Yoda? He is old and enfeebled. He took a big spill in the Senate, whacked his hip on the side of one of those little pod things, and has to walk around on a fucking stick. They even show him floating on a hover wheelchair talking to Mace Windu and Obi-Wan Kenobi at one point because he can't get around too well. The only reason he can do all the flippy fucking Form 4 shit is because he is so powerful in the Force. But I bet you Yoda still needs one of those things that go up the stair rail at night so he can go to bed and, you know, yeah. Let's talk about Luke Skywalker. He is an amputee. His father cut his arm off. He had to have a prosthetic implanted. Let's talk about Saw Gerrera. He was introduced in the Clone Wars as a plucky young, up-and-comer. And by the time we see him again, is hooked up to so many machines that it's pathetic. He can't even like walk more than 2 feet, and he has to be like, here's the battle plans of the... Let's talk about Lobot. Okay, since we're so like interested in what's going on with Lando after dark. Lobot, according to Wikipedia, suffered such an extensive injury that a lot of his higher brain functions were obliterated. So they had to install a fucking computer around the back of his head. He can barely think for himself. Fucking Lando has a, come in, Lobot. We need you on Cloud City, fucking level 10. Pretty disabled. Let's talk about Darth Maul. This guy was vivisected, cut in half, tumbled down the fucking thing, left for dead. He had to claw his way out and be rebuilt from the waist down. He was insane for a little bit because of all that. And only his connection to the dark side brought him through. That sounds pretty disabled to me. Kate, let's talk about Darth Vader. He lost all 4 of his arms. He's a quadriplegic. He was burned alive. Most of his insides were eaten and had to be replaced by machinery. He can't breathe by himself. He can barely move at the beginning of all that kind of stuff. He has to sleep inside of a Bacta tank. That sounds pretty disabled to me. Let's talk about General Grievous. What really is left of him? His brain, maybe, his eyes, his heart, his lungs. We saw that. But the rest of him was replaced by prosthetics. That is very, very disabled right there. So how are we coming away from this? Okay, this article and this author, nothing is going to be enough for them. Okay, they pretty much have everything that they already claimed that they wish they could see. Now, they called out Poe Dameron by name because a lot of, people like to ship him into scenarios that haven't exactly been described on screen. But is that really Star Wars' place? I'm Immortal Coil. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, drop me a comment. Let me know what you want to see covered on future editions of Savage Spirituality. Share the video if it so moves you. And remember, Star Wars needs to be about escapism. Okay? Star Wars is for the kids is something that everybody who is trying to retort to valid criticisms about the artistic and story and all that kind of stuff. They say, oh, it's for the kids. It's for the kids. Well, I'll tell you what. Give me the Force. Give me lightsabers. Give me epic space battles. Give me philosophy. Give me action. Give me adventure. Those are the things, combined with the hero's journey, that make Star Wars what it is, and what made it so special, and what made it lightning in a bottle. It's not up to Star Wars to teach my kids about who fucks who. That's not its function. And if that's what you think Star Wars is, fuck out of here.